Yo, 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 what is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Reezy Talks. I'm your host, Reezy Resells, and today is going to be a throwback to a thing that I used to do all the time that I don't do too often anymore. I'm going to open up the phone lines. And so for the next hour, any questions that any of you have regarding Amazon FBA, eBay, social media, any of that stuff, you can get that answered. I see that the phone is already ringing, so we might as well just go into it. Let me answer this call, guys. That was really quick. What's up? You're live on Reezy Talks. Who's this? I just got hung up on live. All right. Hey, it's your boy, Reezy, the White Morpheus, a.k.a. Hang Up On Me, Mr. Click the Phone. It's all right. So check it out, guys. If you're new here, thank you for tuning in. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I got a lot of new subscribers recently as I had a few videos with large dollar signs in them go viral on YouTube. One got a couple 100,000. One's like 150. Like, it's been pretty crazy for me. So if you're new here, welcome. Hit the back catalog. There's a lot of stuff. Also, the podcast. This goes on to the podcast. Remind me to talk to you guys about this book. It's an oldie but a goodie, The Seth Godin, The Dip. I read this last week. 1 second. You're live on Reezy Talks. Who's this?
It's RJ Martinez. What's up, dog? Calling in. Say what's up. Show some love.
What up, RJ? How are you, brother?
I'm doing good, man.
What's the t-shirt grind like?
Going good. Going good.
Awesome.
Merch by Amazon, averaging like 60 to 70 a day.
Woo!
Going good right now.
Woo! Had to mute the mic.
I better be hitting over 100 in February a day.
You better. So yeah, we're very excited, guys. If you don't know, April 1st, you're scheduled to be on the show.
Yeah, I believe it is.
I believe so. If April Fool's Day is a Monday, it's not a joke. That is the day RJ will be on the show. So look out for that episode, April 1st, 2019. RJ Martinez, the print-on-demand godfather. So we're going to learn a bunch of stuff from RJ. Other than that, you're out here just clogging up my phone line, bro.
Yeah, no, I just want to call in and say what's up and show some love.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I appreciate you, bro. You know how it goes. Enough of that love.
All right, dog.
All right, late.
Have a good night. I'll be right here watching you.
I will. Thank you, man. RJ, what a guy out here. All right, the phone lines are open again. 209-83-Reezy. Call in if you guys have any questions. Otherwise, I will go to questions that I just have on social media in different places. But this book, Seth Godin, The Dip, it's an older book. It's going to take like 30 seconds for me to explain this. If I get 30 seconds, I'll explain this. We got another call. 1 second. You're live on Reezy Talks. Who's this?
Hey, how's it going?
First, can you mute your YouTube, please?
Oh, okay, my bad.
No worries.
Oh, yeah. I just discovered your channel like not too long ago.
Okay.
And I was originally with FBA. Well, I started with FBA. I'm not really, I'm still in the learning process. My question was, how do you like transition from the book process to like the private label method that most people go to make them?
So I don't do private label myself. I know a few people that do private label. So Matt Loberstein, Brock Johnson, both of which have been on my show. Brock Johnson actually released a $1 private label course recently. So if you haven't checked that out, I would definitely recommend go and buy Brock Johnson's $1 private label course. It's the only reason he made it $1 is to keep out the scammers, but it's a full private label course and it's only $1. So that's what I would recommend. Right. But otherwise, obviously, you're going to need capital to get there. So I don't know your specific situation, but that's going to be the best use of your time.
I see. Okay. All right.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was my main question.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you for calling, bro. Glad I could help you out.
Thank you.
All right. Apparently, my boy Big over here, he's trying. need it, guys, if they're trying to call in. So this book, The Dip, Seth Godin, back to this thing, right? It's a dip. Here it is. Boom. Things get hard, and then they get really good. Don't give up in the dip. Don't give up in the dip, but you got to recognize when it's a dip and not a dead end. You're live on Reezy Talks. Who's this?
Don't give up in the dip. Hello?
You're live on Reezy Talks. Who's this?
Hey, Reezy. What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm just like I'm an entrepreneur. I like your shows. I watch them, and I'm learning a lot. I do have a couple questions though.
Yeah, let's do it.
So I'm actually a beginner. I want to actually start getting my YouTube channels recognized. I want to do some like some branding. Get my content out there. And just try to get a lot of things done on the social aspect with social media, and try to get myself out there with my personal talent that I have a passion for. I love playing golf. I love music. I have a passion to cook. I love to cook. I love food. And travel. So I'm just trying to figure out, because I got 4 different channels. I haven't started anything up, in particular,
right.
As far as, the main particular content that I want to actually primarily focus on. I just got a couple.
So four, just right off the bat, 4 channels and you haven't started anything yet is going to be really distracting. So, I mean, it's just going to be hard, right? So like either focus on one thing that's like either the thing you're the best at or the thing that's going to be the easiest to produce, or try and make one channel that combines all of them, or all, like a travel or a lifestyle thing or whatever, just to make it easier for yourself, because you got to get going, right? You don't want to make it super hard when you're just starting.
Okay.
If that makes any sense, like you could kill your creativity pretty easily by, trying to focus, worrying about 4 channels. You might also find out that you like doing one of those things much more. You might like something a lot, but when it comes down to making it a video, which is not at all like actually doing it, you might not like that thing in that fashion. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you gotta try you gotta just figure it out. But go ahead, let's go into the more detailed question.
So I want to get my content out there, because I have these talents that I want to expose and try to help people, with my particular my in-depth knowledge that I know in particular areas that I actually want to give people a moment where they can be able to find a particular channel where they can get that information and learn off that information.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess what I'm trying to say is, how do I do it? How do I start creating good content and attracting people?
So here's the thing, like you can't worry about creating good content until you're consistently creating content, because there's 2 different things, right? Like you have to make content, and then like you have to get good at making it before it can get good. You know what I mean? You're not just going to be, it's not going to be good right away, right? So you need to just do it. Like it sounds so cliche, but just Shia LaBeouf and just do it. I don't know if you get that reference or not, but it's literally like just make some videos. I made my first 100 videos on Snapchat. So now I have 433 videos, and even now this is like a $50 webcam that I'm using, but I have 3, $100 lights in my face right now. So, but I mean, you're still on speakerphone and you called my Google Voice, and I'm just holding it up to the microphone, right? So it's like, I'm sure if I wanted to do a call-in show, I could have sat around, and maybe I would have never done it because I wanted to get the right piece of technology that let the caller call in and like patch in. And then I just said, fuck it. And I just held my phone up to the microphone, and we've been doing this for 30 plus episodes. Right. So, don't worry about anything except for actually making it. And then once you get, in touch with making get you.
Okay, definitely.
All
I'll
right.
take that into consideration.
Awesome. Thank you, man.
All right, appreciate it.
Yep. Have a good night. Classic mistake, guys, is worrying about how you know how you like count your eggs before they hatch, but you're like trying to give your chickens a bath and you don't even have eggs yet. Does that make any sense? I don't know if that makes sense. You're live on Reezy Talks. Who's this?
Hey, Reezy, this is Hayden.
What's up, Hayden?
From Minnesota.
My nephew's name is Hayden. How you doing out there?
Oh, no way.
Yep.
Good. It is going to be negative 39 degrees on Wednesday.
Praise.
And all school is canceled.
Wow, man. That's so cold.
Yeah. So my question for you is, I've just kind of been looking around at some opportunities for my wife and I on YouTube.
Yep.
And I stumbled upon this thing called the Turn the Page Mastermind event in Vegas in March.
Yep.
Have you ever been to it? Is it worth it? Should we go?
So I'm gonna be there myself. But if you're
okay,
I mean, if you're a total beginner, I don't think that is exactly for that. You'll have to look it up and see.
Okay.
Like I'm speaking at that event. I've been at all of them speaking, and I know the guy who does that. But if you're like super a beginner and if you just started, it might not be exactly for you because it's more like advanced strategies. We're not going to tell you, how to run your scanner, how to scan a book, how to pack a box.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. We've sent a few shipments and I've been kind of diving over the past few months. So I'm a little bit hoping that would project to that point in March. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it just depends wherever you're at. Everybody there, I think, is already going to be a bookseller, maybe doing around, 75,000 a year in books at least, or 100,000. And the talks are going to be right. Yeah. Exactly. So the talks are going to be geared towards, that is going to be the lower end of the talks, geared towards, people that have warehouses with forklifts and trucks coming in and out. So, I mean, it's definitely good people to meet. And, the networking factor alone, like, you really hit it off with a few people and become good friends with them. And then they can later on help. Like I always tell people, you never know, like the person you make the next $10,000 or $20,000 with might be like your friend that you meet at the next thing you go to. So that's always the best. Right. That's always the best value. If you learn something from the speakers, that's a bonus, but just networking with the same type of people that are willing to invest time and money to learn, those are the people, you know what I mean? That's always the value.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, hey, I really appreciate your time and thanks for taking my call, man.
Awesome. Thank you for calling in, bro. 209-83 Reezy. Call the lines. Get out of the matrix. Is it the blue pill or is it the red pill? I forget. I feel like such a dork now for not knowing. I got to figure that out. You're live on Reezy Talks. Who's this?
Hey, man, this is Ahmad. How are you?
Good. How are you? Ahmad?
Ahmad.
Nice to meet you. How are you?
Nice meeting you. I'm good, man.
Awesome.
Thanks, man, for all the inspiration. It's great. I started doing it just by watching your videos.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm just reading some of these comments right now and I got distracted. Miggity Mike. Sorry. Hey, sorry. I got sideswiped here. So let me help you with your issue here. How could I help you, bro? Yeah. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, great. Yeah. Sometimes when I buy stuff, when I first scout for it, the range is good. But then the competition starts, like it gets fierce.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just drop the price dramatically.
Right. They tank.
And I just
tank the price.
Yeah.
Much less than what you thought.
What do you do?
So when that happens, you have to understand, at least for me, right? Like it's like if you understand why it happened, like more than just like, okay, obviously the supply increased and it exceeds the demand now, so the price is going to go, down, right? And it's just the way it works, the economics of it. But it's like, was this was this something that, you know, was at Target on clearance, and so everybody at every Target in the entire United States got it, right? Certain stuff like that you have to understand. Or is it, you know, it's a seasonal item and that season is ending, so there's like a lot of pressure for people to sell it, right?
Totally.
So
It's winter
that's
boots.
right. So that's like one thing, and you can look no sales volume and stuff, but for the most part, I would just try to, you only have two options, right? Or I guess three. Two options for Amazon. One is sell it just like as fast as possible, right? Get what you can, right? And even and you can do that in like in a varying way. You can do it full on aggressive to where, like, even if you're going to make $10, you just say, hey, price it all the way down till I make, you know, break even, and just let it go. That way you never risk, you know, getting stuck with inventory that's not worth money, but you might lose some money. Or you could say, hey, you know, let's set with the market. What other thing you can do is wait and just hold out, you know, until, you know, the supply goes down and then the demand is higher and you can price it higher. You might not want to wait, you know. Sometimes it's better to even sell it at a loss just to get your money back so that you can, you know, buy more. That's why I like to buy more than one of an item, is because say you have like 10 items and everyone makes you five, you know, you sell 9 and you make $5 on all 9 of those, so you're $45 profit. You could throw the last one away and you're still profitable, right? So sometimes you might see someone, and that's just an example of 10, you know, imagine people who have 10,000 units. And so when you wonder why, how can they sell it for so low? They're not actually losing money. They're just clearing out their stock so they can get out of that item. Right? But and the other option is take it off Amazon and try to sell it on a different marketplace. But I think the best choice is to just focus on getting more products that are going to be winners, right? So just get your money back, re-roll the dice on an item that's going to perform better. That's what I always tell people.
Do you think it's worth just keeping it till next season? Because I noticed now, like,
so it depends. Like, what are you? Is it at FBA or is it at your house?
It's all FBA. I'm doing all FBA.
You just need to look at what your fees are going to cost you until that time. But definitely, it could definitely be worth it. You know, things like Halloween stuff and Christmas stuff, it's not uncommon to see them start selling, you know, 4 to 6 months ahead of the season, right? So it's like a really good strategy to buy up, you know, all the pre-lit Christmas trees that are on clearance after Christmas, or all the Halloween stuff. Hold it for like 4 months, you know, 5 months, and then send it into FBA. And I don't know, maybe I'm just getting old, but 4 or 5 months literally is like a blink of an eye to me nowadays.
Oh yeah, I mean, after doing this, I'm getting the hang of it. Like, I gotta sell the winter stuff like way before winter.
Yeah, you don't want to hold it. You don't want to hold it through the summer. Price is definitely going to go down. Awesome, man. That's going to be it for this call. I got to let the next caller call.
Sounds good. Thanks,
awesome,
man.
Thank you, bro.
Good night.
I gotta find a nice, polite way to hang up on people. I don't know how else to say it just to get to the next call. 209-83 Reezy. You're live on Reezy Talks. Who's this?
Hey, it's Jared, man. What's up?
What's up, Jared? How you doing?
I'm good, buddy. How about you?
I'm doing great, man. What can I help you with tonight?
Hey, man, I got a question with FBA. What do you do when people are just racing to the bottom on price?
That
I
is
gained a few things today where people were like $5 below Amazon on new books.
Right. Is it so? That was literally the answer to the last caller. Did you hear that?
No.
So the guy that called in right before you, that's the exact question that I just answered for him.
Okay.
So yeah, just
maybe
check.
I'm lagging then.
Check. Got another one? Hit me with another question while you're here.
Oh man, hey man, I just shipped off 9 boxes today, man.
Your first 9 boxes?
Yeah, dude, I sent one in before and it just started selling.
Good.
So I shipped
awesome.
off 9 today. So I
Awesome.
appreciate the game, man.
Yeah, dude, keep going, man. Keep me updated, man. I love hearing success stories.
All right, brother. I appreciate you, man.
All right, same thing, man. Have a good night. 209-83 Reezy. Call the phone line. Let's make it easy. Don't make me sit here. That's not breezy. Because when nobody calls in, then nobody sees me. That makes no sense, but I might have to delete it. You know what I mean? Then you wouldn't see me because I'll delete it. You feel me? You're live on Reezy Talks. Who's this? Hello. I am your father. You're live on Reezy Talks. You're not talking a lot.
Hey, can you hear me?
I got you, man. I hung in there, man.
Awesome. I'm sorry, I accidentally put you on hold.
It's
So
all-
this is
it's
my
all good,
first time
man.
calling. I just want
It's
to
not
say
my-
Thank you for
it's-
doing the videos.
Awesome,
I am
man.
self-employed now because of you and because of watching your videos. It's kind of hard. I'm listening to myself back in the.
Yeah. Pause that. Hold on. I gotta mute you for a second. I don't know how to do that. Hold on. Yeah, you gotta pause 1 second real quick. You gotta pause the YouTube video.
Okay.
Technical difficulties, guys. Just to let you know, guys, if you've ever called into a radio show or a YouTube show, you gotta mute turn it down. All right? Trying to be the star for a second.
I don't know if you've ever come across this. I know that you just bought a whole bunch of Nerf guns the other day. Let's say Amazon jumped on that listing. Amazon wasn't on that listing when you bought cases and cases of them.
Right.
You send them in, and now Amazon's on the listing selling them for a price that's, barely break even for you or even at a
Right.
loss. Like,
Well,
do you match
okay.
Amazon?
So
Amazon's not gonna
I
sell it.
got the best answer for this question ever. You're gonna love it. So I recently purchased a pallet of items. I sold a whole pallet of Akai MPK Mini 2 keyboards. Okay. The rank was like 1,600 in music instruments. This was a liquidation deal. When I purchased the pallet, it's exactly like you said. Amazon was, I didn't think they were on the listing. Maybe they were out of stock or something. I didn't see Amazon on the listing. So I sent 260 units to FBA. They started selling immediately, very fast. I was selling like, I don't know, like 40 a day, 50 a day. I almost sold all my stock. I only had like, over the course of a week, I only had like 30 units left. And then all of a sudden, Amazon, the beast, wakes up on the listing, and then they start, they price me, and I'm not them, and I'm not selling any. And I know I was selling 40 units a day before that. All of a sudden, I'm selling none, right? And so
Yeah.
I was like, what in the hell? So what I started babysitting it. So I would lower the price by 1 penny. I would get the buy box for like a second, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. Then they would match me and it would go down. But sometimes, not every time, during that 5 or 10 second window of having the buy box, I would make a sale. So as soon as I started adjusting the price, I would go down 1 penny and then they would match me. And it was so tedious. And then I'd go down another penny and they'd match me. And I didn't want to set it up on automatic because I was worried about what would happen. So I was just playing this game where for an hour every while, I would do this 1 penny thing and I would make a few sales across that hour while I was, playing them for the box 1 penny at a time. I would get down to, to the point where I had went like $2 or $3 and maybe I'm only making like, I forget what I was making on these, maybe $15 or whatever. And then when I would get all the way down there, I would start all the way back at the top and then do it all over again. And honestly, I don't know, I don't know what else you can do. I think sometimes they share the box more than others. And I don't know if that depends on how much stock they have or anything. But as a rule of thumb, you should not try to, I don't recommend buying a pallet of anything when Amazon's on the listing. You need to, I'd rather go buy 10 or 20 at the grocery store and lose money just to see how fast they sell before I go and buy a pallet,
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, I'm sorry, I can't really answer the question too much, but I can just tell you what I would do in that situation.
Yeah. Now, this is like just a little side question here. Have you ever
there was this product that I had. It was from the dollar store. I'm not going to say exactly what it is.
Come on, come on, just tell us.
Yeah, all right. It was this red and green tissue paper, man. I was selling these things like fucking hotcakes. Like every 30 seconds, they were selling in December. But that really wasn't what I had. What my question was about. It was about these other things, batteries that I had sent in. The sales rank was like 212, which is obviously really good. They've been now in Amazon's warehouse for like a couple weeks. Not one of them has sold, and there's only like 2 other sellers on the listing. You know, it has 1 review, which is only a 1-star review. But why would it have such a good rank and not have any? And I looked at Keepa too. Keepa shows that it's selling. I'm the lowest price, so why am I not getting any sales on that? You know.
Honestly, I have no idea if you're the lowest price. What I would say, it sounds like that there's a variation on the listing maybe that you weren't aware of, and that's the one that's driving the sales rank, not the one that you actually have. So like a different color, or you know, yours is a 1-pack and there's a 2-pack that's much better priced per unit, you know, and that's the one that's selling. I don't know, but other than that, I don't fully understand, but I can give you a bit of advice, and this is like a super nugget. Sometimes, I don't know how it happens, but sometimes the data on Keepa is just fully incorrect. So you'll find, or like, have you seen the sideways line, like a fully sideways line on Keepa? That, or just like showing like no sales, and it's just completely wrong. It's just not right at all. And it's like a glitch in the matrix that will never be fixed. Sometimes those actually sell very well. And the way you're going to find out is by going to look on eBay, because you look at them and you're like, no way this doesn't sell. But if you just believe the sales rank chart, you would think it doesn't sell. But in your head, you have to say, no way. So you look it up on eBay and you go, I knew it. There sells like 10 or 20 of these a day on eBay. So it definitely sells on Amazon. And when you find that item, don't tell anybody, because it's going to be a gold mine, because everyone else is going to scan it and go, oh, it doesn't sell. But it's like the sales rank isn't updating. It's like a glitch in the matrix.
Man, I tell you, I felt like I had hit the lottery, man, when I found these red and green tissue papers. Bro, I bought cases on cases on cases of them. They all sold out within like 2 days.
Did you buy Did you buy locally or for local pickup, like at Dollar Tree?
No, yeah, I just went around to every Dollar Tree in the tri-state, man. I live in Long Island in New York. I went to every Dollar Tree on Long Island. I'm not even exaggerating. Every single Dollar Tree, I went up and bought all of the red and green tissue paper that they had. And then I started going into Brooklyn and Queens and buying them there.
I love it, man.
Merchant fulfilling them.
I love it. Why not, man? That's how you do it.
For every dollar I spent, I made about $2.50 in profit after fees and shipping and everything.
So what's up? Are you going after the tissue paper right now for Easter or what?
I actually have this it's a version now. It's white with like sequins, white sparkly. It's not selling nearly as well. Right now, I'm really trying to focus on Valentine's Day and St. Patrick's Day.
Get it?
And like fitness type things, you know, the whole New Year.
Dude, so there's a lot of bundles you can create from the dollar store. You grab up all their Valentine's crap and put it into a pile and take a nice picture and make a listing, and it's a Valentine's bundle for someone that needs, you know, Valentine's decorations but doesn't have time to go to the Dollar Tree.
You actually just made me think of another question here. I'm sorry. Anytime you want me to go, just give me the boot.
It's all good. Last question.
All right, awesome. I sell a lot of VCR DVD player combos that I pick up from thrift stores, and I picked one up maybe about a week ago.
Really?
And
VCR combos sell?
VCR DVD.
I'm just kidding. I know about that, but continue. I'm just busting your balls.
Yeah, I got. But anyways, bought it for $10, and there's no listing for it on Amazon. There's a listing for the remote, and there's a listing for the manual, which I have both of those, but there's no listing for the actual unit. Now, do you have to buy? I've never created a listing on Amazon. I've only, you know, added products to existing listings. So creating a
listing on Amazon is kind of a pain in the butt, and a lot of people are scared to do it. But a lot of people don't know you can actually create a listing on your phone. So what I like to actually do is start the listing process on your phone from inside the seller app and make it as good as you can on your phone. And then once it's created and it's in your inventory, then go to your computer and, you know, fix it, add a better picture, Make sure everything looks good on desktop and mobile, but it's not too difficult. The thing is, it just takes time, right? So how much is your time worth? It might take you an hour to make a decent listing. I wouldn't do it if you weren't going to make, whatever an hour is worth to you.
Yeah, 'cause it's just this one unit that I have. I don't have multiples of them. That's awesome. Thank you so much. It was so great to actually talk to you, man. I've been watching you for a while now, and I actually started selling on Amazon because of your videos. So thank you very much, man.
Awesome, man. What's your name?
My name's Louis.
Louis? You got something to say before you go?
If you ain't flipping, you're slipping.
Yeah, later, Louis. Hey, Louis knows what's up. So the lines are open. 209-83 Reezy. I'm gonna bust the theme song real quick on you. Party like the West Coast. Let's see. Tell us essentials on how to make a listing. Let me see. Did we miss a phone call here? 209-83 Reezy. Go ahead and give us a call here. Hold on one second, guys. I don't understand why it's saying that I'm missing calls. That is not right. Definitely not in a phone call. 209-83 Reezy. I'm just going to call people back. Hold on. I don't know why. My phone, I think, is blowing up too much to accept these calls right now. Hold on. Stop calling. I'm going to call you guys back. I'm calling you guys back. I don't know why my phone wasn't ringing anymore.
Hey, what's up, bro? Thanks for the call back.
Yeah, what's good? You're live with Reezy on Reezy Talks. Who's this?
Hey, this is the Happy Flipper. I won't take up too much of your time, man. I just wanted to ask, what was the name of that event that you mentioned earlier that you're going to be speaking at later?
So there's two events this year. One is it's called Turn the Page Mastermind. It's in Vegas. It's a book selling event. The other event I'm going to be speaking at is called Social Proof, and that is in April, and that's in Atlanta.
Okay, cool. Social Proof?
Yeah, Social Proof. That one's going to be fun.
Cool. Thanks, man. I'll let you go.
Awesome. Thank you for calling in. So I don't know why my phone is not ringing. This is the weird thing ever. So let's see if we got any questions in the chat. How much would you charge for shipping books for merchant fulfilled, or would you just have it free shipping? It depends. I don't do merchant fulfilled, not at all, since you've been able to control the shipping price like that. So I don't have a ton of advice on it. But I'm going to have to call back some more people here. Let's see. Here we go. We're calling another caller. I don't know what. My phone is hot right now, too. It's going to blow up. We're going to be talking about books at the Turn the Page conference. Hey, you're live on Reezy Talks. Who's this?
What up? This is Caesar. How's it going, Reezy?
Good. TJ?
No, Caesar. C-E-S-A-R.
Oh, Caesar. What's up, Caesar?
What's up, bro? How are you? Man,
I'm having a real hard time hearing you.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's much better.
I'm actually working right now. I'm making a drive from Oregon to California.
All right.
So the service is kind of bad.
All right, awesome. But let me see if I can help you real quick.
So I got a question for you. Offer Marketplace, Mercari, eBay, and all that stuff. I'm trying to get into Amazon more since you're the Amazon expert. How do I just opened my seller's account. I know the subscription fee is like $40, right, a month?
Yes.
If you become
40.
like a professional.
Yes.
I know I can do more than 40, but I just want to try it right now, especially because I'm getting my girlfriend into it. My question to you is, like, I have like a bunch of games, like, PS1, PS2, Nintendo 64 games,
Sure.
a couple books and stuff. Trying to follow like what you went through. Which that list that you just posted right now is super helpful.
because I sent it to my girlfriend just so she could get like, you know, some clarification on what to sell. Individual game, like every cartridge or PS1 game into like a bubble mailer and then stuff it in a box and send
No.
it
Just
to
put it.
Amazon, or how does it
No.
work?
Just very minimal. So like a DVD, just put the DVD in a box with a bunch of other DVDs, and then every DVD will have a sticker over the barcode, something like that. You don't have to bubble. You don't have to pack it individually. When Amazon pulls your item, they will bubble wrap it or whatever they're going to do. Probably just throw it in a box that's way too big and then send it to your customer.
So example, for like the box, like I get like a nice little medium-sized box or large or whatever. I fill up the box with like all my games or books.
Right.
Or even, I don't think I can tell. I don't think you can sell movies on Amazon.
Not unless you get approved. So check it out though, man. A lot of people don't know this, but Amazon themselves have training videos on how to make shipments, basic stuff for sending off to FBA. And I recommend that be the first thing that anybody does, you know, is go watch all the free videos that Amazon offers that cover how to make shipments. So I think they even call it like Seller Academy or something like that. But if you just Google, you know, Amazon.com shipping FBA or whatever, it'll come up. Of course, videos from a lot of people like me or whatever are going to come up, but just go to the actual Amazon.com one, and there's free detailed videos there.
Okay, so can I get by with the? I just got me what is it? The 450 Dymo, the regular one.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, I just can I get through with that?
Yeah, that could print labels for the books. That's kind of a luxury. Usually people don't get that until after having just like using a regular printer with 30 up labels. But there's only two kind of labels you need to print: labels that go on items and then postage labels for your boxes. So you're going to
put labels on every single game?
If they tell you to, yeah. Usually they do.
Okay, I think I did read that. All right, then. That answers my question. My question was just that. I was just having a hard time on like I wanted to make an FBA shipment because I have a bunch of games. I just want to send them in. So basically, just pack them up in a box, send it to Amazon, and they'll handle the rest.
Yep, it's the beauty of FBA.
That's crazy, bro.
You got to watch those videos that I told you to watch, though, and read the pages when you're making the shipments. There's instructions on the pages. I got to go, though, man. Thank you for calling in.
Hey, thank you, bro.
All right, stay up. All right. Thank you very much for the super chat. I'm going to answer that question. We only have about 9 minutes left in the show, guys. After that, I have my private meetup group. So right here from Spythe, a $5 super chat. Appreciate it. Says, since you've been doing shoes, have you had to deal with any inauthentic claims? Just started doing shoes and wondering if it's worth it. Yes, I have had inauthentic claims. I don't get a ton, but what happens when I get an inauthentic claim, I just get an email from Amazon. Some people might get their account shut down or suspended. I don't know if that's a selective thing because my account is worth more to them, like it's weighted more, but I still have to respond to it and deal with it. And that just involves me providing receipts that proves that I actually purchased the item at a retail store, and that will always prove authenticity. The phone's working again. You're live on Reezy Talks. Who's this?
Yo, what's up, bro? This is Manly. I'm from Monterey Bay.
What was your name again?
Manly.
Manly.
Monterey Bay.
From the Bay, the South Bay.
No, Monterey Bay. I'm like an hour or 45 minutes from Santa Cruz.
Yeah, Monterey Bay.
All right, I got a question. I just picked up my first pair of shoes today to resell a Nike outlet, and the top of the box is cut off. So, like, how would I explain that to the customer?
I don't recommend selling shoes with cut lids on Amazon at all. You could sell it on eBay, Mercari, Poshmark, whatever. And even in those situations, it might be better to take it out of the box. It just depends. So generally, like if it's a shoe where the box really, really matters, that's like a Jordan or something, or like Air Force One, or like a Kobe or LeBron or whatever. Like, excuse me if I misspeak. I'm not a sneakerhead, but some like nice fashion shoes, they want the box nice, right? So like that's a no-go for sure. And the other ones are kind of like commodity shoes to where I think the box doesn't matter. Like nobody cares if their free runs have the box or not. They're going to open the box, you know, make sure they're new, put them on and go for a run, right? So, but Amazon did recently change this year the policy where they do that rebought items, and shoes was one of them. So a lot of people are now likely buying cut lids and then getting, you know, brown boxes from Uline or whatever, and then putting those in the box and then sending them off. Personally, I still wouldn't do that at all. You have to understand the type of customers that are on Amazon. They want it to be, you know, just like the retail store or better, like 100%. They're, you know, it's a high end customer. They're paying more, right? So, I don't recommend it, but you can try, you know, whatever you want. I know some people do actually send off cut lids, and they'll wrap the whole cut lid with, you know, saran wrap or poly bag the whole box or whatever. But personally, me, I wouldn't do it. I don't see that as sustainable because I think that was going to get you a lot of inauthentic claims.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I still think they're going to be fake if they're not on the
problem is they're likely definitely real, but you know, the customer, it's all about what the customer thinks and what the customer clicks when they return it. And it's all automated on Amazon, and we got to deal with the repercussions. You know, customers get great service, sellers get the worst service.
Gotcha. Thanks. And I just have last quick question. What do you think about like reselling high-end shoes like Jordans? Do you think that market is kind of dead?
No, it's good. It's good. So on Amazon is not like the best place to sell those because people that want like fashion shoes don't really shop on Amazon, right? But, you know, there is definitely some Jordans, some of the more popular ones you could sell on Amazon and make more than, you know, the market price because not a lot of people, you know, there's less supply on Amazon. But you're going to want to sell on things like StockX and GOAT, you know, where like the Engrailed, whatever the younger kids are shopping on, probably 2 or 3 more that I don't even know about, right? So that's it, like for sneakerheads and stuff, right? That's the market. Like StockX is pretty much the market, right? Like you can literally make money walking into the Nike factory store, and if you know your shit, when you see a shoe, you know you should look it up on StockX, and lo and behold, you know there's a bid for a price where you can make money. So you accept the bid, it's sold basically, then you buy it in the store and then ship it to StockX and you get paid.
Okay, thanks, bro. Thanks for all the game, and thank you, man. Have a blessed.
All right, man. Have a good night. All right, the phone is open. We're probably gonna do one more call at 6:56, and then I'm gonna have to fly my little bird wings out of here. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. 209-83 Reezy. I'm waiting for a call from my boy Big Mike. He's trying to call in several times. Why don't you just call me on my actual phone number, Mike, since you got it? Thanks for the super chat, Frank. I appreciate that. You're live on Reezy Talks. Who's this?
Reezy, what's up, man? This is David. How are you?
Good. How are you, David?
I'm doing good, brother. I just want to thank you for all of your stuff that you put on YouTube. It's great stuff. I have one question. I'm a new seller on Amazon.
Okay.
We've done 148 units so far, just books. About $3,200 in sales.
Nice.
We started on January 10th, so 18 days ago. But out of those 148 sales, I've been sending feedback requests. I have 0 reviews yet. How do I get reviews faster?
Okay, so there is a service you could use, Feedback Genius, and there's another one. I forget what it's called. I mean, just Google, you know, Amazon feedback services, and don't get it confused with review services because you don't need reviews on your page. You need seller reviews, right? I mean, I don't think they're entirely too important, but you want to build up some because 0 just looks really bad, right? And obvious, and you definitely want to maximize what you are able to get because later on it's more important, not so much to get them, but because they water down the bad feedback. So you get a bad feedback, and if you don't take care of it, make sure you mute the YouTube if you can, please. If you don't take care of that, you know, it's going to sit there and make your score. But if you get a bunch of good ones that same day, it waters it down, right? So, but basically the only way you're going to do it is by messaging your customers more and asking them for feedback. But these services do a couple things that are very creative. So they monitor your order for they monitor your order for the delivery tracking so that you can do things based on when it marked as delivered. So after it's marked as delivered, wait 1 day, then send the message, and then you can customize the message, and maybe you're just like a wordsmith and you make a really nice one that converts well and they read it and they go and give you feedback. My goal with it is to like let them know like, hey, we're a small company. We're not a big, huge corporation with, 50 million employees. Like we have 5 family employees, and your feedback really matters to us, not just because we want good feedback, but because we actually want feedback so we can make our business better and, always have happier customers. So that's kind of like the route I go. I know some people have done like a funny, comical, creative way. Kind of think about like how ThinkGeek sends you an email and says like, our monkeys got your order, they started hammering in the back, whatever. But, or just cold asking, but either way, that's the only way it's going to get there, is asking them to give it to you. And then Amazon allows them to opt out of receiving messages from customers or from sellers now. So it's not as effective as it used to be, but it's really you can do it because you're not an FBA seller that asks for feedback.
Correct. Awesome. That's all I need to know, Reezy. I appreciate the answer, man.
Awesome, man. Thank you for calling.
Take care.
So we got one more caller is gonna call in. Hopefully, let's see. I'm about to call this fool myself. Hold up. Phone be blowing up. Hold up. Here we go. I'm assuming that line's busy because you're calling me. Right now. So guys, I think we're gonna take one more caller. Let me see. Do you guys have any questions real quick before we wrap it up for the night? Anything to clear up on anything possible? Kim says QR code based QR code somewhere. Whoa, day. We got one more caller. Hold on, guys. You're live on Reezy Talks. Who's this?
Hey, how's it going? It's Sean.
Hey, Sean. How are you?
I have a question. So I started selling on Amazon in 2010.
Okay.
I stopped for eBay in like 2014.
Okay.
I was ungated in virtually everything. I let my account go inactive, and then I come back now, and now I'm basically gated and everything.
Oh.
So I've been focusing on stuff that pretty much sells instantly and puts fast, has a lower profit.
Right.
To try and get the sales volume up to get ungated.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something that you would suggest, or just
100%? Focus on whatever you can sell, and like I was thinking about it the other day about how obsessed I am with trying to figure out what the actual metrics are behind Amazon giving you maximum approval and allowing you to sell more stuff, which I actually just made a video about. Click up here to check that out if I remember to put that button there. But what is it? Is it 2,000 sales in X period of time? Is it, because all I can really do is say, okay, let me see, when people tell me I can sell this now, and I say, okay, give me all this data and I can look at it. Right. But I know for sure it's something to do with having a good account metric. It's either dollars sold, units sold, time on Amazon. And like your case, you went backwards. So maybe it's not time. It's more like, active time or something. But it definitely revolves around what I believe would be volume of sales and dollars, or one or the other, and keeping your customers happy, having a good account with good feedback, all, a certain amount of defects under that ratio or whatever. So if you could find, something that sells 20 a day or 50 a day or whatever, I don't care even if you're losing 10 cents on each one, I'd try and sell, 1,000 of them and see what happens, or 5,000 of them. Right. So I'm all in with you on that strategy. Just keep pushing. And I know it's hard because there's, all these things you see and you can't sell it. Right.
Oh yeah. I probably could have dropped 15 or 20 grand within the last week alone.
Yeah, exactly.
Easily.
It might be worth it just to stack it up, or sell it on eBay, wait till you can sell it later if it's not too seasonal, or maybe, I know selling on eBay sucks sometimes. So sometimes it's easier just to say, hey, I can, you contact someone like me who can sell it. And then I say, okay, I can sell that. You buy those 50 units for me. I'll make the shipment. You send it to my account and I'll pay you, $2 to $3 a unit or whatever profit, whatever,
Right.
I've done
actually
deals
why-
like that myself because I still can't sell LOL dolls. And I know lots of people, make a lot of money selling the LOL surprise balls, or at least used to. So mutually beneficial relationships are always good.
Right.
Awesome. I got to wrap the show up,
All right,
man. You're actually the last caller of the night.
All right. Thanks. Take care.
All right. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for calling. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for listening. If you're new to selling on Amazon and you want to get in the game, sorry, show's over. If you're new to Amazon and you want to get in the game, I made a free course to get you going on Amazon. Go to resells.com, grab the free course. If that doesn't get you in the game, nothing will. I made it in such a way that it's like how I would explain selling on Amazon to someone who doesn't know anything or how to sell on Amazon. So you can actually use this like as an emissary, to spread the word, because the way I see reselling and e-commerce is like we're all just sticking it to the man, right? We're all not doing the 9 to 5. We're all taking our fate into our own hands. So if you have people that ask you about it, you can say, hey, just go grab the free course off resells.com and everybody will have a happier life, right? So another thing that I want to leave you guys with is a thought that I had. I was thinking about this the other day, and this is going to be super random tangent, but I was driving on the road and I saw a rainbow, and the rainbow was extremely close, like just the end of the rainbow. Like I couldn't see the whole thing. It was big and I was really close to it, but the end was just right there. Like if I just pulled off the road at the next exit, I would be able to get to the end of that rainbow and there would be a pot of gold there. And what came to my head next was, yeah, right, Reezy, your luck. The pot of gold would be at the other end of the rainbow. Gold is at the end of the rainbow. Is it at? And then I thought about it more and more, and what I came to the realization was that the pot of gold is always at the other end of the rainbow. So if the pot of gold is what you're seeking, you're not ever going to actually be happy or like have a fulfilling life because it's not actually there. There is no pot of gold. The actual beauty is the journey, the rainbow. Like your hashtag ride the rainbow, right? Like that's the journey. Pause, but that's the journey, the rainbow, right? Like, and it makes sense because don't you see, like when you see a rainbow, you're happy like instantly, like it's beautiful. It's like this amazing, like magical thing. Like think about the first time you ever saw a rainbow when you were a kid and you were like, what kind of hologram magic is this? Like that is the magic. It's the rainbow. It's the journey in life. It's not the gold. That's what to get closer to is get on the path of doing what you want to actually do in life with your life, because you only get one life. You only get one rainbow to ride in your life. So ride that rainbow, enjoy what you're doing, enjoy the journey, because I promise you, like the thing at the end of the journey will never make you as happy as the actual journey, as long as you're on a journey for something that you really want in life. So those are my words of wisdom that I'm leaving you guys with. I love you. Thank you very much for tuning in. Subscribe. Come back next week, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Check out the podcast. Also, I'm doing an Anchor.fm podcast called Ask Reezy, where it's just questions. It's a raw podcast where it's literally just I'm answering a question, I'm answering another question. That's how it's going to be. I'm going to use that to answer questions off of social media. So pretty soon, all of my questions will be aggregated, and I will answer every question I get on all platforms via Anchor.fm. The answers will go onto that podcast and be sent back to people that ask me questions, all the while creating content and leveraging your questions as content for other people. So yeah, subscribe to the Anchor podcast too. I love you guys. Peace and blessings. I'll see you guys next week. If you ain't flipping, you what? You slipping. See you guys.